As a heterosexual dude,
go.
it's information that's especially relevant to my life. We should all know more about it and keep it in mind.
You're so right. Yes, chat. Indeed. Okay, real talk. I will say though. Okay, you know what, chat? I want to say something. Right? It ain't as serious as it's kind of gonna sound, but I will have to let you know for the ease of my mods as well. I will say, right, me personally, I talk about my period all the time. Whatever I say online, I know damn well, like, I'm okay with it being public information, you know? So if people know about this, I don't care. Like, yeah, some people are gonna be like, oh, that's weird. Like, this is only specifically for me, right? I don't really care because I know my own community. You know what I mean? Like, I know my community, we're just chilling about it. It's not something that's like too insane. If it is insane, then we're like, okay, listen, at first it was like funny TMI. You kind of took it a bit too far, but people knowing when I'm getting my period, I don't give a shit. Most of the time I just say it myself. However, when it comes to the VTuber tracker thing online, you know, elephant address it, right? I've seen it. No shit. I feel like a lot of people have seen it. And I'll admit, because that involves other people, that's where the issue comes in. Because I can speak for myself. Like, I say the information, I don't really care if the information's public. You know, like, I made it public, so it's public. That's kind of low-key common sense. For me. I mean, the game's not closing. Why is it not closing? There you go. Like, whatever I make public, I'm okay with it being public, right? The weird part is if I make it public, like, if I never made something public and then people assume private shit, now that's where it's like, okay, don't do that. Like, I will fucking talk about it in like a couple of days anyway. So the whole tracking thing, because it involves other people, and obviously not everyone is going to share the same opinion. Some people are not going to like it. Some people dislike it. Some people are super uncomfortable with it. That's fine. Because that's how they feel. You know, that's how they feel about their own thing. And I think that's very much valid for themselves. Even if I don't care, it doesn't mean like everyone should feel the same, right? So because of that, chat, there is a chance, because I'm gonna be real, there has been some heat about that too. Mods might just like delete messages about like the, hey, do you know there's a VTuber tracker thing? Because that has kind of caught some heat because of all the opinions that got thrown out. So, but for me, I'm not saying this like, guys, don't talk about it. Like, it's not that serious. Yeah, like mods are probably gonna be like, let's not bring this up just in case it starts shit, right?
The beauty of having a serious chat while wearing big-ass cat gloves is why I tune into this stream.
Because here's the thing. I remember, dude, you know what's so fucking funny though? Okay, I'm kind of happy we're
chilling about it.
Be open about it.
It's more that we get this information thrown in our faces and most people have just gotten used to it. Or simply given up.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know what's crazy? I don't like being like, hey guys, let's not talk about this. Anyways, and then like, I like to make things as clear as possible. Do I need to? No. But I like it. Like, I don't like being like, hey guys, let's not talk about it. Anyways, and then like, why? Right? So I like to be super clear why. It's genuinely because it has gotten some heat and there are valid different opinions. And I know my opinion is not really like, it deadass don't matter, bro. Me saying something about it. Guys, it's so it's those kind of alerts that just stay for uncomfortably long, like an uncomfortable long amount of time. It's so funny though. I love that. But no, me being clear about it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I have an opinion. No, I'm making it super clear. I have no opinion. My opinion is about myself and what I am personally comfortable with. But because I am comfortable with something doesn't mean other people are gonna be comfortable with it. You know, like different people so different. So just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean other people. Vice versa. Like sometimes a lot of people are okay with it. I'm not. That's just life, you know? So because of the heat, I will not talk about it too much. And if some people ask, the mods might just like delete the messages. Don't mind it. Don't mind it, right? It's just what it is. Because I know in the future, some people might come by and ask questions about it. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh my God, did I fuck up? Like, did something happen? No, nothing happened. It's nothing. I just want to respect as many opinions as possible when it comes to it. Like, if I literally said this, like, because my mods asked me about it. And my mods were like, are you okay? Are you comfortable by it? And I literally sat there and I'm like, damn, girl. I was like, what did I say? Wait, were you in this whole time? I just realized. When my mods asked, it's like, are you okay with this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's fine if you're not okay with it. I sat there and I'm like, you know that conversation when we talked about consequences and, and actions, bro? I'm like, dude, those shit, what the I think, I don't know. I don't mind. can make it public every month. I don't think I've missed a month unless I don't stream that month. I don't think I've missed a month where I just don't talk about it because it hurts and it's obvious. Like when I get my period chat, it's not like I'm like, oh, I can hide it. No, I become more emotional. I talk like a bit faster, or like I have more like weird opinions. Not opinions, I just say more things. And then I groan a lot because it hurts. And I'm like, chat, I go to the bathroom for longer. And I go like, y'all, I'm in so much pain. Like I don't stream as much like for too long. My endurance is less because I'm fatigued as shit. So I'm like, dude, I talk about it. Like now, yes, dude, I hate periods so bad, but I don't because I don't want to get osteoporosis. It's one of those things I'm like, I hate periods, but the day I get my menopause, I would also be upset. You know what I mean? So like, you know what? I'll just learn to enjoy both. I'll enjoy this while it lasts, and then when I get menopause, I will learn to enjoy that too. It's just whatever. That's why literally when my mods bring it up, I don't mind it. I don't really care too much about it. Some people do have opinions on it, which is valid and fair. That's okay. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. I'm not saying like, oh, you are like, do I think it's normal to do this? No. Like if I'm not the type of person that talks about it all the time, then no, probably not. But I do. Like I talk about it all the time. So that's why I think in my situation for myself, it somewhat is understandable, you know? The fact that we guess you would find it funny. Yeah, dude, my mods were like, are you okay? And one person's like, she's gonna find it funny, isn't she? And I literally jumped in and I'm like, bro, that shit's hilarious. I'm like, dude, you know the first thing I did when I saw that? I compared it to my own period tracker chat. And sadly, it's not as accurate because I do have very, like, I don't have regular periods, right? I have irregular periods and it depends. I think this month, chat, my period came in early. Like, it is genuinely early. And I think it's gonna hurt a little more because I was really stressed with my, like, pet situation. Like, when I'm more stressed, my period either comes really early or really late. Like, it becomes, like, 40 plus days, or I'm talking, like, the 21st day mark. Like, blam, blam, blam. It's so weird. But sadly, what do you mean but sadly? I'm not saying it's like, this is a normal thing to do. Again, just to make my statement clear, I don't think it's a deadass too normal, but because I talk about it, I get it. You know, you said but sadly, I don't even remember what I said but sadly to. Me when words are like fillers in my brain. It's like consequences and actions for me, right? Like, if I talk about it a lot and this topic becomes a thing, then yeah, it makes sense. Like, if I go like, chat, I do this a lot. And then it became like a, how many times does she do this? I get it. But if I
Bro
don't,
was
that's
sad it
a bit
wasn't
odd.
accurate because she wanted to use it.
Dude, that's actually what... Remember, like, recently I was like, chat, am I about to get my period? And then my phone was dead. And then I couldn't check my period tracker. I was like, and I have to assume. And I thought about, I was like, if only I even asked, I was like, chat, I know one of you dead ass remember when my last period was. When was it again? I was like, if only there was the thing was on my computer and not my phone. I was like, shit, kinda would be quite peak. Now, my first thought seeing that site is you yelling at chat for slacking when your info is out of date. I'm not that crazy, all right? Like, I'm not gonna make people sit there and log my period dates. Like, are you crazy? I can do it. Don't worry. But, like, I'm not gonna make people work for what? But I will say, just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean everyone's okay with it, right? And if some people are not okay with it, then yes, that is weird. You know, like if people are like, hey, this makes me really uncomfortable and this is odd, then having that on is weird, champ. But you know, I don't really care about it too much. It's just my period, bro. However, any individual chooses to share about themselves is their business. Yeah, it's like that's why I'm like, I can't, like, from now, the topic of like the online VTuber tracker thing, like the mods would probably like delete people when they ask, or like I'm not gonna give too much of an opinion on it because again, if it's just me that it's easy, I'll be like, oh, that's fine, right? But it is not the case. This is like a bunch. Like a lot of people are involved in it, which then makes it even more of like, there's a lot of layers. And I don't like
You should make a
speaking on
video
behalf
reminder
of
of the Kool-Aid guy breaking through the wall.
What the fuck, Jad? Yeah, that's... Michi's very proud of her period. I'm proud when I survive it. Honestly, if I don't get my period, I panic. When I do get my period, I cry. So it's like a lose-lose. Kind of crazy. And it's one of those things like, if it's just me, I can talk about it. Like, I'll talk about it freely and it's an open topic, right? But the moment it involves other people, that's when it gets more complicated. One thing I won't do, I have opinions, but I will never say an opinion about another person's actions. You know? Like, people can do whatever they want. People can feel however they want. And that's all of it is like valid in their own right. But obviously, basic respect and common courtesy should always exist. And this is, I think, me not giving my 2 cents, considering my 2 cents are like, I'm okay with it, right? I don't want people to interpret being like, look, people should be okay with it, blah, blah, blah. No, because if they're not okay with it, they're not okay with it. It's their period, bro. They have a right to say it, right? So I'm like, I don't want it to be taken wrongly because I know how things can be on the internet chat. I think my chat is pretty chill about like a lot of things. And I feel very comfortable talking about really anything. Even with this, I usually tell people like a heads up. I'm like, hey guys, some questions or some messages might get like deleted from chat. It's not because something crazy happened. It's just because, you know, I don't want to add to any more online shit. I don't want people to be like, oh, she said this, which means she says this about everyone. Or like, she says this, which means this should be the norm, blah, blah. Or like, she says this, which means she's wrong. Like, what? I'm not part of this conversation, bro. I didn't do nothing, right? So, I keep my distance. That's why some messages are gonna be like, look, not because of anything crazy, because of that common courtesy to like people who are not very pleased with the situation of now. Media literacy, it's not even that, man. Some people just use things to kind of want to prove a point, right? Even though you can do something without thinking that it's gonna do that, but then people will be like, you see, whatever you feel supports my statement, and thus boom, bam, 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 bam. And you're sitting there and you're like, why me for? I didn't say all that. That's not what I said. That's just how it is. I say this because also, chat, I've been on the internet for quite a while as like a streamer somewhat. So every information that I've shared about myself, which is a lot, are information that I'm comfortable being on the internet, right? So like, if let's say someone goes like, I know this about her because she talked about it, then yeah, whatever. Like, it's true because I've talked about it. However, if it's like, I know this about her because I assumed it, or like blah blah, I kind of derived from this, you know, that's when I'm like, yeah, slow down, you know, let's not make assumptions, right? And then like speculate shit. That's the weird part. But aside from that, I don't mind. I know the risk of making information public. It's like when I asked Geary about like, hey Geary, what was your childhood street? And this just tells me, and I'm like, oh, did you have a pet when you were younger? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what's their name? This is their name. I'm like, oh, cool. What's your mother's maiden name? And this just tells me, right? And I sit there and I'm like, well, this is a private interaction with a friend, so it is different. But maybe, just in case, you know, sometimes I yap a lot. I tell a lot of things about myself, but still there are things that I'm like, I'm not okay with this information being public, and then I just don't talk about it. What's your blood type? What's your first pet's name? What's the name of it? What's the 3 digits in the back of your credit card number, and your ex? It'd be crazy. Damn. I know this about someone because I assumed it. Has got to be one of the dumbest mentalities to have. Well, listen, chat. This is the kind of person I am, okay? When you live in just anything, when a lot of people are involved in something, sometimes people do shit. You don't have to understand it. All you know is that it can happen. You just gotta try and not step on the fucking, you know, like, it's not like you're walking on eggshells, but you gotta just walk a little carefully, right? That's the most you can do sometimes, and I don't like to involve myself in nothing.
The
I don't gotta
voices
say
in my
this
head is a reliable source because they told me Aga.
Exactly. And my head says that I am not actually needing to shit, and I'm actually just having cramps. Because the whole time, by the way, today, chat, I was like, do I need to shit or am I cramping? And I go to the bathroom and I'm like, I don't need to shit. I'm cramping. But to make it clear, I have no opinion on it. Or what? I'm no say. And I'm not part of this, bro. I ain't part of it. I'm gone. Also, I did update like rules. That's crazy. We have rules. Who knew? But I updated my Twitch rules